Hey everyone, today I'm walking you through the thrilling, heart-pounding story of Canary Black. Imagine this. Our main character, Avery Graves, an elite agent, is thrown into the most brutal situation of her life. She's got to choose between her country and her husband. It's a choice no one wants to make, and as we go along, you'll see how she tries to stay one step ahead while racing against time. Buckle up, because this story is intense from start to finish. We start with Avery, deep in an undercover mission. She's focused, doing everything by the book. You can feel the tension in the air. Every sound seems like a warning. But just when things seem to be going okay, all hell breaks loose. Avery's cover is blown, and she finds herself dodging bullets, sprinting through hallways, and ducking behind walls as a voice yells, "Kill her." The action picks up right from the start. She fights her way through, using every skill in her arsenal. She's not just running. She's thinking 2 steps ahead, creating distractions, throwing off her attackers. But you can tell things are going sideways, and as she barely makes it out of one skirmish, she gets a call, the kind that no agent ever wants to hear. Her phone buzzes, and as she answers, the voice on the other end sends chills down her spine. It's the terrorists, and they've got her husband. Yep, they've taken him hostage, and they're demanding that she hand over top-secret government intel if she wants him back alive. They lay it all out. Cooperate, or he dies. It's brutal, and you can see the horror in Avery's eyes as she realizes what's at stake. Now, Avery is one tough agent, but this is personal. You can feel her heart break as she faces this nightmare choice: betray everything she stands for, or lose the person she loves most. It's a no-win situation, and you can sense the desperation in her voice as she tries to negotiate with them, searching for any sign of mercy. But these terrorists, they don't care. They're playing hardball, and they know they've got her backed into a corner. At this point, Avery's trying to piece together what they really want. That's when she discovers these terrorists aren't after just any ransom. They want something much bigger. They've managed to hack into the Canary Black files, some kind of high-level intel that could shake the world if it got out. One of them taunts her, saying, "We've decrypted the Canary Black files." Just like that, Avery realizes she's dealing with a massive operation. With the stakes this high, Avery knows she's on her own. She tries to reach out to her team, but even they're starting to doubt they can pull off a rescue. One teammate, sounding both frustrated and scared, asks, "Can they really pay in an hour?" They're skeptical of everything, unsure who to trust. But Avery? She stays calm. She's already thinking of ways to outsmart her enemies. Quick break. If you're loving this intense breakdown, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more movie recaps just like this. Avery's determination kicks in full force. She's working alone, trying to figure out the best way to stall the terrorists while looking for an opening. Every second counts. The terrorists are pressuring her hard, and one of them casually drops a terrifying hint: "Prepare to steal $1 trillion. Yeah, $1 trillion. This isn't just about her husband, or even some government secrets. This is a heist that could wreck economies worldwide. So, what does Avery do? She starts planting false information, feeding the terrorists just enough to keep them off her trail while she works on a backup plan. She's smart about it, careful to stay one step ahead. But you can see the toll it's taking on her. She's exhausted, physically and emotionally, yet she pushes through. Things take a brutal turn when Avery discovers there's a mole within her team. That's right, someone she trusted has been leaking information to the terrorists all along. She confronts this person, and you can see the heartbreak on her face. It's not just anger, it's betrayal. This was someone she counted on, someone she believed had her back. And now she realizes they've sold her out for money or power, or maybe both. The mole sneers, almost daring her to react. But Avery keeps her cool. She can't afford to lose control now, not when she's so close. Instead, she uses this betrayal to fuel her, becoming even more determined to outwit her enemies. She sets up a series of traps, creating a web of false leads and distractions. It's risky, but she's got no other choice. Meanwhile, the terrorists are ramping up their demands, ready to go all out with their $1 trillion heist. Avery's watching them closely, trying to predict their moves. She's running out of time, but she's not backing down. As the terrorists prepare for their big finale, Avery's trying to get ahead, piecing together one last, desperate plan to save her husband and stop the terrorists. In a high-stakes move, Avery arranges a decoy mission, creating enough chaos to draw the terrorists' attention elsewhere. This gives her just a bit of breathing room, but as she makes her escape, she realizes her enemies are onto her plan. They're tracking her every move, waiting for her to slip up. At this point, the world leaders are panicking. The president himself, surrounded by advisors, is trying to manage the chaos. He's barely keeping it together. It's an extinction-level event, one of his advisors says, summing up the severity of the situation. They're considering every option, even the unthinkable ones, as they scramble to stay one step ahead of the terrorists. Back on the ground, Avery's fighting harder than ever. She's torn, knowing her husband's life is hanging by a thread, but she can't just let the terrorists get away with this. She races against the clock, pulling out every trick, every skill she's ever learned, and with each passing moment, her resolve only grows stronger. Finally, it's down to Avery and the leader of the terrorists. She's cornered, no backup, no escape route. The leader, a cold, calculating figure, offers her a deal. Help him, and he'll let her and her husband walk free. It's a tempting offer, but Avery knows better than to trust him. She's seen too much to believe he'd actually let them go. In one last burst of courage, she pretends to agree. She moves in close, pretending to be compliant, then, bam, she grabs his gun. There's a struggle, and for a moment, it looks like it might be over for her. But Avery's relentless. She fights tooth and nail, managing to get the upper hand. Finally, she takes him down, collapsing beside him. Bruised and bloodied, but victorious. As she catches her breath, we see her husband, finally safe. She did it. Against all odds, she saved him, protected her country, and took down the terrorists. She's been through hell and back, but she's still standing. And that, folks, is Canary Black. From the heart-wrenching calls to the high-stakes battles, this story is all about loyalty, resilience, and one woman's determination to fight for the people she loves.